So, if you observe the eighth house in mundane astrology, generally in natal horoscopy, eighth house is called as the house of death. It decides the longevity of a native. So, the same thing happens in mundane astrology also. It actually indicates, it decides a death of national rulers. So the eighth house transit and also the planets that are present in the eighth house at the time of the birth of the nation is very much important. And also, eighth house indicates end of government, because when there is a death of national rulers or presidents or prime ministers or kings or dictators, whoever is the ruler of a nation, if he dies, then there is an end of that government. And of course, in the same party or in the same uh, government, some new person may take the government, but it generally indicates end of one government. Even more, end of government also can be seen. The real end, the complete end of a particular government can also be seen by eighth house. Destruction of the state is seen by eighth house. So eighth house is basically related to destruction of something. Any setback to cabinet, like death of important ministers, can be seen from eighth house, and trouble to the people through famines, epidemics, all these natural disasters, that also can be seen from eighth house. So eighth house indicates the sudden events like the natural disasters, the epidemics, and mortality, the death rate of a country. It's all related to death, it's destruction. And then scientific organizations, because basically eighth house is also a house of research generally, okay, in natal horoscopy also. So same thing applies to mundane astrology also here. So the scientific organizations which are deeply thinking about some problems of the country or some problems of the science basically also can be indicated by eighth house. So the legacies means the inheritance, right? Generally inheritance is also seen from eighth house. Means if a person gets a lot of money through ancestors or not, the free money, right? That kind of legacies, the capital gain, taxes and death duties, the pensions of a country, hidden things. Eighth house is the hidden area basically, right? The scientific investment, discoveries and death rate. So this is the eighth house stuff. Eighth house is what we generally see in the natal horoscopy, the same thing here, right? The research, the death of a person, the kind of, how many years the person can live, that is a longevity of a person, and also the research mindedness of a person, and also the free money that a person can get through inheritance or through ancestors or through any means, right? Generally, even if a person has a lot of eighth house energy, and that eighth house energy has a lot of relationship with the second house, then you say a person may have tendency to take more bribe also, right? So in ancient times, that's why eighth house was treated as a bad thing, because when a person has a lot of eighth house energy, then he may have a tendency to take bribe. So such a person can be treated as a bad person, right? So such people, that's why in ancient times the eighth house was treated as completely a bad house. But in the current generation, you can see, right, if a native even if he is earning a lot of money through drive, because in the current society, the society is to an extent it's spoiled, right, as people generally say. So that is a behavior of eighth house. And also one more thing is a condition of the cabinet is seen from the first house, and cabinet as a whole is judged from the 10th house. So the condition of the cabinet, because first house is the house of existence, right? So there's a condition of the cabinet is seen from the first house, and cabinet as a whole is judged from the 10th house, because 10th house is the power house. So you can generally see, but the death and native death of the ruler, right, it is actually seen by 8th house. So 8th house is also very much important, because you see, whenever you want to check if something can happen to the ruler, then you generally see the first house, because that is the existence of the cabinet or existence of the government. And then the 10th house, which is a power house. So you can see a 10th house also can be related, if the government can continue its powers or not, can be in the ruling or not. And then you can also see the 8th house, which can indicate end of government or destruction of the government, or death of the ruler. So if in transit, let us say in transits, the first house, 8th house, and the 10th house, all three are under trouble, right? Then you can very much easily say that there is something big, destruction would happen to the government, right? So that's about 8th house. Thanks for watching this video.